Hi everyone, check out this surefire way to see if the altcoin market is pumping or not. BNB is a great gauge of the altcoin market health, vitality. If we're moving higher to new highs, market's pumping. So that is what I'm looking at here with BNB. And BNB is running to new all-time highs, which tells me the largest exchange in the world is seeing volumes, it's seeing new participants come in, which means altcoin prices are higher. On this chart, I'm seeing BNB maybe a magnet towards what $1,000 level. Every prior bull market we have seen BNB token begin to run really hard. So that's what I'm focused on here. It's a really great indicator, so you need to have it on your watch list. If you're seeing this run through core levels, or you're seeing it run to new all-time highs, it's a surefire bet to see if the altcoin market is really hot. Keeping it simple, Bitcoin wants higher, and how I tell that? Well, it's based on bullish engulfing candles on the weekly time frame. So if you are patient and you wait for Monday and don't get caught up in the noise of the weekend or Friday or whatnot, go and touch grass and enjoy your life, because the weekly close is super useful for investors and telling the direction of the market. And we can see here, this green candle here, we actually had quite a significant sell-off, and I say significant, but in recent times, the market doesn't really give us too much. But 80,000 Bitcoin were dumped on the market by a Satoshi era wallet by Galaxy Digital, and the market really absorbed that. $9 billion worth of sell volume was just absorbed. So that is a really great sign for one, but two, if you're looking here, this weekly close that we saw here, if you just zoom right in, you can see that the body of this weekly candle closes there, that red candle there, and this big bright green candle closed higher than the red one here, which means that's a bullish engulfing candle. It's eclipsed the previous body of the last candle, and generally it follows the direction of which that candle has just closed. Very similar if you look back here, we saw this green candle here running into the highs at 111,000. The next candle was a big red candle that actually engulfed the previous. So that told me back then that we're going lower in terms of a consolidation. Then we had the exact opposite happen over here, red candle eclipsed by this big old green one. Don't know why it's being all loopy here when I'm drawing it, but after that it was up only and then consolidation. So this here looks really constructive, but that's how I use the weekly candles to assess which direction we're going. And right now it does look like Bitcoin wants to ram back into those highs of 122, and we'll see where it goes from there. Are we heading to new all-time highs on Ethereum? Well, the chart looks pretty incredible right now, but the level we really need to be watching out for is 4,000. That is just above. I just zoomed straight out. You can see how consequential this level has been. 4,000 tap, and now we're running it into it again, and the time we're going to break it, it's probably going to look like that. It's probably now too. So this is a really great looking chart for ETH. The bulls are in control on the RSI, so we're in levels of 80, up to 87. We do just have to watch here that we don't have the bearish divergence play out, but so far the strength is notable, which is great. But you can see here the two peaks running higher than after one another, while the momentum in the RSI is actually moving lower. So we just have to keep an eye on that. I'd only be considered bearish divergence if we lost that 3,600 level, 3,500 level with any gusto. That's when we rotate back down into these kind of areas at the low 3,000s. But right now it does look like we want to move higher, especially based on the weekly close as well. And if we just flip on over to the ETH BTC chart, this is telling me that ETH is gaining a lot of strength from Bitcoin sellers who are rotating into Ethereum. This looks like she wants to run higher to the very similar level of 0.04 on the ETH Bitcoin chart. So if the BTC levels are looking quite good in terms of the Bitcoin pair, ETH BTC, if that's looking really good, then the USD pair should be very sustainable in its movement here. So ETH looking really strong. I think once we get through that $4,000 level, and if I zoom right out, get through the 4,000 mark by that yellow dotted line there, this is the hammer zone. This is the time where bears should be able to force bulls back down quite easily. It can look very one-sided and the bulls are just going to throw this vertical to all-time highs. But no, bears generally are able to ruin the party, even in the short term. But like every major level in Bitcoin and Ethereum that we've seen previously, when we get up to those kind of levels, we chop, consolidate, and eventually we grind through that sell support, or the sell supply that's coming in at that key level. But yeah, again, once through that yellow zone, we're riding up to that new all-time high level of about 5,000. And then once we're from there, ETH, clear skies ahead, and the institutional bid is very obvious here. So happy days. Hope you're all enjoying the market. Chat again soon. Bye.